What does creativity mean to you?
A response to life.
How so?
Creativity for me is a way of reacting to what you see, whether it's in horror or in pleasure. You can put down your feelings about it. You can respond to it in that way. I respond to life not in anger, but with a desire to celebrate it. I think people live their lives with creativity, the way they present themselves to society, the way they dress, speak, their body language, everything. All of that is creative to me. For me, there's kind of an interplay between nature, the nature outdoors, and the atmosphere, the weather, the clouds, the sky, and my physical processes, how I feel, how I'm reacting to all of that, and the moods that it puts me in. Most of the time, for me personally, it's a very loving relationship. I love the rain when it hits the leaves. I love the birds. I feed the birds. Every day at 4:30, just before the sun sets, you get the most magnificent clouds in the sky, especially out here, Long Island. Things like that are what generate ideas for art for me. Artists in general, I think it's very varied. A lot of artists created through anger. I think it's very important. I think that when we study cultures in the past in different countries, we can see that it's been tied to their spiritual life, and their spiritual life has been tied to their whole way of living. I think it's just an important part of people's lives. I think it's compartmentalized in industrial societies, but I don't think it should be looked down upon the way sometimes people do in the school systems nowadays. I know educators have a rather rigid idea of art in relation to children. We all know about how the teachers like them to stay within the lines and so forth. And I also know that educators have a definite scientific approach to children's development, because they know that there are certain developmental stages that children reach, and they all do the same thing because of manual dexterity. They all produce the same thing. But my idea is that even though they're coming out with similar work in those stages, what they're producing is different if you talk to them. So, well, what did you do there? What does that mean? And they'll start telling you a narrative about what happened, and that's there. You don't see it, but they see it, even though they're doing something that other children of that age are doing. But it has a different creative meaning to them, and that should be encouraged. And then down below I saw the little thumbnails of people, you two I guess it was, communicating with one another about swag. So I said, well, they might not want to talk to me.
We didn't want you to know, Sharon, we think you have a lot of swag.